Hey, what's going on, my YouTube brothers and sisters? It's your friendly neighborhood Jex coming at you once again. I'm all set to make a new video. Got my large. I was gonna say medium. Nah, this is a large Tim Hortons double double. And excuse me. Oh, I need my caffeine. And anyway, the reason I'm here today is because there's a really interesting topic going around on YouTube. I believe it was started by critic Nick. And the topic is, what are your most rewatchable movies? I know I watched Movernoscopy talk about his movies, also a Little Chugga 40 ounce, also known as Indiana Travolta, cool guy. So yeah, I was watching them talk about the movies they just never get tired watching, and I realized, man, that's a cool topic. I got lots of movies to talk about. So here's my video of my most rewatchable movies. So I went through my collection and handpicked just by random 15 movies most rewatchable. I could have picked a lot more, but I stopped at 15. No particular order. Just I saw movies, I'm like, oh, this I could watch anytime. This one too. So without any further ado, let's go. Jex's most rewatchable movies. I gotta start with this one. Like I said, no particular order, but I gotta start with this one. It's Pee-wee's Big Adventure. This is one that I will never get tired of watching. Been watching it since I was a kid, and it's just, there's no age to this movie. Like, you could be a kid and love it. You could be growing up and love it. It's for everyone. It's funny. It's awesome. It's scary. I mean, it's scary when you're a kid. 2 words: Large Marge. Anyone who's anyone, ask anyone, they'll tell you they were petrified of Large Marge. So anyway, that being said, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Gotta love it. Next up, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, the first one. This movie's just so funny. It put Jim Carrey on the map. He hadn't done many movies before this. Had a few supporting roles. He was on In Living Color, which pretty much led to this, and this was like his big break. In '94, he did this, Dumb and Dumber, The Mask. That was like his breakout year. So it's just a great movie, funny. I just never get tired of watching it. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. And speaking of Dumb and Dumber, that's the next one. Same thing, just so funny. Just never. These are mostly movies I grew up watching, so I remember them from my childhood. So I got such good memories from watching these movies that I never get tired of them. And this is the uncut, and if you happen to find this version, I recommend it, because this one came out in around 2005, I think. So, you know, imagine you spend like 11 years, because the movie came out in '94, you spend 11 years watching a movie, and then out of nowhere, a new version comes out with like a bunch of never before seen footage that's just as hilarious. So it's really a treat. So yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Ghostbusters. Gotta love this. This is the first movie I ever remember watching my whole life. I can't remember watching anything else. I've been watching, so in other words, this is the movie I've been watching my whole life. Ghostbusters. Been watching it since I was a kid. I remember watching it with my family, you know, with my big sisters. So it's just, this is my childhood right here. This is my life right here. Ghostbusters. The first one. The second one, not so much. I mean, I like it, but you know, it's not one that I would be in the mood of watching all the time. As for this one, I could go for it anytime. Ghostbusters 1. Going right along. The Breakfast Club. It's just so enjoyable, man. I mean, what can I say that hasn't yet been said, right? Breakfast Club. It pretty much defines all the coming-of-age teenage movies, you know? So, yeah, Breakfast Club. You'll notice I'm pretty tired. I'm kind of in loss for words, but I'm trying to, you know, say as much as I can. Next one, Army of Darkness. I just never get tired of this one. Probably my favorite. I love all the Evil Deads, but this is probably my favorite of the series. It's just great combination of horror and comedy. It's just, it couldn't be better. You gotta love it. Army of Darkness. Next up, probably when people ask me what my favorite movie is, I love so many movies, so I can't think of one specific one. But if one always comes to mind, it's this one. And it's Dazed and Confused. I absolutely love this movie, Dazed and Confused. I will never get tired of watching it. Been watching it since since I was like 12. So my big sister Caroline introduced me to this in the summer of '98, and I loved it ever since. So yeah, Dazed and Confused. Will never get tired of watching that one. Next up, from good old John Candy, Uncle Buck. Probably my favorite John Candy movie. Another one I've been watching since I was a kid, and it's just so funny. John Candy, I just love his performance in this. Probably his best. If I have to, I mean, he's always, he always has good screen presence. But if I have to name one of his best, it would probably be this one. I just love it so much. And keeping up with the John Candy, John Hughes theme, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah, another great performance by John Candy, and it has Steve Martin in it, another one of my favorite actors. And their screen chemistry is just right on par. You just couldn't ask for anything more. Great humor. I'm speechless. I'm at a loss for words. It's just that great. Next up, great action movies, and it's Rambo. Probably the two first ones for me are the ones I'll never get tired of watching. 3, not so much, and the new one, well, I've only seen once when it first came out, so I don't remember much of it. But 1 and 2, I will never get tired of watching those. Yeah, great action movies. So Rambo. This next one here, it's a very little known movie. Not many people know about this one, but I stumbled upon it at a video store years ago, rented it, gave it a try, loved it, and here it is. It's The Party Animal. I love this movie. It's a simple movie, you don't have to concentrate, or not a lot of thinking involved, it's just a simple 80s sex comedy. You just pop it in and enjoy the ride, put your brain on neutral and, just enjoy. I really love it. Yeah, The Party Animal. Check it out. It's really short, 1 hour, 17 minutes. So it's a very nice length, I find. It's not too long, not too short. You just pop it in, and if you don't feel like watching a long movie, just pop this in, and it's perfect. So yeah, The Party Animal. If you stumble upon it, I recommend it. You never get tired of watching that one. Next up, another one from my childhood. License to Drive, with the two Corys, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman. This is another one I grew up. I remember being a kid watching it with my sisters, and we just loved it. And I bought this DVD as soon as it came out 5 years ago. I'm pretty sure I hear it's out of print now, so I'm glad I did. Just a simple comedy. Corey Haim goes for his driver's test, fails it, lies to his parents, tells them that he got his license, so they give him the keys to the car, and he's driving around, but he doesn't have a license, and everything that can go wrong does. And it's also got a very young Heather Graham in it as the girl of his dreams. It's just a great 80s comedy. It doesn't get the attention it deserves, I find. So, very great. License to Drive. Next up, Ferris Buellers Day Off. You'll notice I got a lot of John Hughes in here. What can I say? The man, he made great movies. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Been a fan of this one. I remember it was like probably when I was in high school, it was like my favorite movie. I loved watching it. Again, it's just enjoyable. There's nothing to dislike about it. So yeah, Ferris Bueller. Next one, another 80s teen, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I remember the first time I watched this. Summer of 2001. I was going in grade 11, so I was at that age. I was like going on 16. I was a teenager, so I was like, this is a high school movie. I was in high school. I was there, so it was great. That was the best time to watch this movie for the first time. So yeah, I love this movie. I'm a big fan of it. This is this is something I don't say very often, but I'm actually a big fan of the TV version of this because obviously they have to cut out a lot of stuff, you know, the nudity, the language, the weed smoking. But what I am a fan of is that to make up for everything they take out, they had to add these deleted scenes, you know, to fill up the time slot. So there's about maybe a total of 15 minutes of scenes that aren't in the actual movie, and they're just great scenes. I find it kind of completes the movie, and they've never been released. They're not on the DVD. The only place you can see them is on TV. That version doesn't play often anymore, so I have it taped. I taped it years back. I'm glad I did. Yeah, so I always thought it was a shame that they never released like an extended cut of it, but I guess there's complications with the deleted scenes. So anyway, that being said, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I love that movie. Great coming of age flick. Just classic. Just classic. That's all I could say. And last, but certainly not the least, I don't know where to start. I'll just say it. Adventures in Babysitting. Another one. It's just great. It's a great feel-good movie. You know, it's great from beginning to end. There's like no boring moments. And just all the characters are awesome. And yeah, so Adventures in Babysitting. So there you have it. Those are 15 of my most rewatchable movies. So thank you for watching, and please share with me your most rewatchable movies. Really curious. Really want to hear what movies you guys are really into. And again, sorry I'm so tired. It just kind of hit me all of a sudden. I'm talking like, but I hope I managed to keep you entertained, and gonna consume some more caffeine. So thanks for watching. Peace out.